Kudremukh means horse face in Kannada, located in Chikmagalur. It's third highest peak in Karnataka, standing at 6,207 feet. Join us on this amazing track. We booked a track from banbanjara.com. Our 2 days 2 night track costed us rupees 3,000 plus taxes per person. This included cozy homestay and meals, 2 breakfast, 1 lunch, 1 dinner. Plus transport from Bangalore to Bangalore was all included. For smaller group, they arrange travelers, and for larger group, they arrange bus. A week before the trip, Native Tracking was assigned as a trip organizer. A WhatsApp group was created and all the important details about the trip were shared here. Our details were collected and the pickup point was provided. The most crucial part was the registration form. Without it, the entry to the forest is not allowed. Luckily, Native Tracking handled filling out the forms for us. We just needed to take printouts of our Aadhaar card and the registration form with us for the trip. On Friday night, we arrived at Indiranagar and the bus was right on time. Once everyone settled in, our tour guide gave us the briefing about the track plan and shared important points to keep in mind for the trip. Just as we thought we would sleep, the guide turned on the music. The bus lights made it feel like a club. Soon everyone was up and dancing. Honestly, we were having so much fun that we did not want the party to stop. Eventually, we took a quick refreshment break on the highway. And then we all went to sleep. There is no dedicated dinner stop, so make sure to bring something to eat for the night. We arrived early in the morning at Balegal, where our jeeps were ready to take us to our homestay in Molori. The ride was a bit bumpy but full of fun, with beautiful views all around. We reached the guest house, a cozy old place surrounded by green valleys. There were separate stays for boys and girls, so couples might not get to share the room unless the guest house has tents. We refreshed ourselves, got ready, and had breakfast. After that, we were introduced to our guides and given final briefing for the track. Just a heads up, this is a strictly no plastic zone, so make sure not to bring any plastic items except your water bottles. It's important to protect this beautiful environment. We then reached the forest office where we received our ID cards and had our bags checked. The track officially starts from the forest office and the distance to peak is 9 km from here. We recommend carrying as light luggage as possible to make the journey easier.
You melt the ice behind my stone cold eyes. I turn to ashes, but only just sometimes. Inhale your smoke, but you still act surprised. It's not my fault when we end up capsized.
The initial half of the track features a very gradual ascent, making it a pleasant start. As you start, you will be treated to stunning views of the mountain peaks rising above the clouds.
That ignites the flame. I'm the TNT
Along the track, you will need to cross about 6-7 streams. While it's a refreshing experience, be sure to cross them quickly, as these are prime spots for leeches. After crossing the first 3 kilometers, you will notice the clouds getting closer and the vegetation becomes much denser. It's a beautiful transformation as you feel more immersed in nature surrounded by the lush greenery of the forest.
I know some days with you is
For those who have trekked on more commercial routes like the ones from Kasol, be prepared for something different here. Don't expect any shops along the way for water or refreshments. Everything you need you will have to carry with you.
You call me crazy now, but you don't
We came across this beautiful stream with a small waterfall. We paused here to refresh ourselves. After crossing this stream, you will be rewarded with your first breathtaking view of the Kudremukh Valley.
burning holes inside my brain.
At this point, the ascent becomes very steep and you can really feel it taking a toll on your body. By this point, my toes had started to hurt from rubbing against my shoes.
It feels like a decade, just please come and save me. And it's fire, burning holes inside my
Just when we thought the steep climb was over, we spotted a sign that revealed there are still 3 kilometers to go. After another 1.5 kilometer, we were exhausted, so we decided to stop at a perfect picnic spot. We spent some time relaxing at a spot and had lunch, provided by the homestay. From the top of the peak, where we didn't go, you can get a 270-degree view if the weather is clear, but it's usually misty up there. After spending some quality time, we began our descent. It's mandatory to start heading down before 2 pm as we need to reach the forest office by 6 pm. For those who aren't as fit or have kids, this is a midway point about 5 km from the starting point. It's a great spot to enjoy the views without pushing too hard. At this point, rain started pouring down, making the descent a bit tricky. The plains quickly filled with mud holes and the rocks became extremely slippery, making it harder to climb down safely. As the rain continued, the water level in the streams rose significantly. As we neared the end of our journey, the sun peeked out, giving us some beautiful sun-kissed moments. Reaching the forest office, where our trek began, was incredibly satisfying. The caretaker arranged a cozy bonfire for us, and we gathered around, played some games, and enjoyed dinner together before heading off to bed. Next day, after a hearty breakfast, we packed our bags and said goodbye to the homestay. We took a jeep ride back to the Baligal and boarded the bus. On the way back, we stopped at a small tea estate to take some photos. It's a great experience for anyone seeing a tea estate for the first time. After that, we boarded the bus and set off for the Channakeshwar Swami temple in Bellur. During the journey, we noticed quite a few people experiencing motion sickness, so we advised taking medication before this trip. When we arrived at the Channakeshwar Swami temple, we were struck by its stunning architecture. This UNESCO World Heritage Site, built in the 12th century, is dedicated to Lord Vishnu. The intricate carvings and sculptures showcase remarkable craftsmanship, making it a must visit for everyone. We made our final stop for lunch at a restaurant along the highway. The food was delicious and we enjoyed our last meal together with the friends we had made along the track. We arrived back in Bangalore at 7:30 pm and it was the time to bid farewell. We arranged goodbyes and shared Instagram handles with those we wanted to stay in touch with. It was a bittersweet end to an unforgettable journey. Based on our experience, here are the essentials you should carry on your trip. For the trek, it's best to minimize your luggage, so we recommend bringing only the ticked items to keep your bag light. If you find this video helpful, please like and subscribe. Happy trekking!